Okay, good morning, everyone, and welcome, no matter what time zone you're in right now. We're really glad you could join us. My name is Jeff Garrison Tate. I'm with the Center on Disability Studies at the University of Texas at Austin, and I'm a mentor trainer with the learning community on person-centered practices, and we would really like to welcome you to our third speaker in our series, Shelbi Davenport. And our series title is Support and Connections, Person-Centered Practices During COVID-19. I would like to thank our collaborative partners that have been working with us to pull this series off. Parent to Parent, the Center on Disability and Development, our Money Follows the Person funding, and as well as the learning community. So we're excited about this collaborative and to be able to bring this speaker, Shelbi Davenport, to you today. So I wanted to give a second and turn it back over to Cinda Green from Parent to Parent, and who is going to share a couple of tech things with us this morning.
Welcome, everybody. So in the chat box, if you go all the way up to the top, I have put the one-page blank link where you can access the document that Shelbi will be talking about today. The medical passport is in there, and then there's a sample of the one-page document. We will be utilizing the chat box. So if you have questions or comments throughout the presentation, if you can go ahead and put them in the chat box, and we will hopefully get those questions answered or comments. I've also put in the chat box the links to register for the next two trainings. So on December 16th, Randy Consford will come back and do a follow-up on his one-page document relating to mental health. And then Shelbi will do a second follow-up one on December 17th. So those links are all in the chat box. So if you don't see the links, I'll go ahead and put them back in there. I tried to be cool and put them in at the beginning so I didn't forget, but I'll go back and drop them in the chat box again. So with that, if everybody can keep their phones muted, if you need to unmute, please raise your hand. There will be some questions throughout the presentation, so raise your hand and we'll let you unmute. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to you, Jeff.
Okay. Again, welcome everyone. I get the pleasure of introducing our speaker. Ms. Davenport is a people planning together peer-to-peer trainer. Although all are welcome to her presentation, she really wants to reach out to other people labeled with intellectual and developmental disabilities. People with intellectual and developmental disabilities can be at great risk of getting COVID because some people live in large care facilities, making it harder to follow the safety rules. Ms. Davenport plans to talk about how important it is for people to speak up and let other people know what they need if they get sick, to advocate for themselves. Part of people know what they need if they get sick, to advocate for themselves. Part of speaking up for yourself is putting together a one-page profile that makes it clear what is important to the person, the supports they need and their medical needs. Family members and support staff are encouraged to attend to support people develop their one-page profiles. Family members and support staff should also develop a one-page profile to make sure that they know what others need to know to support them. Shelbi Davenport is a 24-year-old young lady that was given the gift of being told no. During her junior year of high school, her counselor told her she was not college material and she would never make it if she followed that path. This kept her from being able to take dual credit courses and caused her to take a deep look within herself. The look is what started a wonderful journey of going forward, following her dreams no matter what obstacles came in her way. Shelbi has SCA8, type 8, a disease that affects various parts of her body, but definitely not her spirit. She attended Bridge to Career and the Paths program at Texas A&M in 2014. This is a one-year program resulting in being certified as a direct support professional. Today, it offers additional certifications as paraprofessionals and childcare workers. She met Jeff Garrison Tate during her year, who encouraged her to become a people planning together trainer and a mentor. Shelbi works hard to gain her certification and became the first peer-to-peer trainer in Texas. Self-advocacy, independent living, and passion for others were instilled in Shelbi during that time, and she applied to Blinn College. And while at Blinn, she became more and more confident about her education and found her voice in speaking out for others. She's a gifted motivation speaker and has spoken at many conferences to encourage others to follow their hearts and to let them determine their paths. After completing her associate's degree at Blinn, she applied at Texas A&M and was accepted into the University Studies program. She majored in ag leadership with minors in communication and youth development. Shelbi graduated from Texas A&M University in 2020. While attending college, she was employed by Texas A&M to support high school students and adults with disabilities prepare for college. The programs she's worked with and continues to support each summer are LEAP, Leadership Employment Advocacy Project, and WACO, Work and Career Opportunities and Paths. Shelbi is one of those people who never met a stranger. Once you meet her, you'll remember her forever. She's fully aware that God gave her this gift of love and others, and is so blessed to be able to be a part of it in any way He asked her to. And Shelbi has her own business offering advocacy aid, tutoring for school, and assisting others with errands needed. So welcome, Shelbi. You've got it now.
All right, thank you, Jeff, and good morning, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you're here. Let's begin. So first of all, I want to tell you my story. I started through school in high school, and as Jeff mentioned, I was told no a lot, and I don't like being told no. No one likes being told no, but I got something inside me that was like, oh, I was told no, but you know what? I'm not gonna let it get in my way. I'm gonna go and conquer what I can. So I always had college on my mind. My mom graduated from Texas A&M. I was determined to go to school there. So while I was in high school, I heard about the PASS program at Texas A&M. And although it's not college, you still get to live on Texas A&M campus and feel the joy of being an Aggie just for a moment. And so the PASS program is a one-year certification program resulting in me becoming a direct support professional. I learned self-advocacy there, and self-advocacy is the main key you need to accomplish all you want in life. And so once I had self-advocacy, man, I blossomed. After the PASS program, I went to Blinn, where I did and finished my basics, and I was still determined to go to A&M. So I was like, okay, Mom, it's time to apply for A&M. And I applied. I had the right GPA, and I got in. I got into my dream college. And so I went there and I got my degree. I graduated in May 2020 during COVID, of all things. I graduated during COVID. Man, was that a graduation. But yeah, that's just kind of my story. And what I'm going to be talking about today is very, very important, especially now with COVID. It's even more important today. Before I begin my talk today, though, I want to tell you that I know what most of you feel like At least I think I do, because when I register for events, I want to make sure that this person isn't just some young kid that doesn't know what she's talking about and doesn't have the knowledge in the background. Well, guys, I've been in your shoes. I've been told no. I felt left out in many cases. So if anyone, yes, Randy is wonderful. Karen Harvey is wonderful. They have their own short stories to share. But guys, I have my own story. I have lived experience just like most of you. And so with that being said, let's begin this knowledge. Okay, I want to thank again, like Jeff did at the beginning, these people for supporting me and allowing me to come on and talk to you today. So thank you, everyone. Okay, what is a one-page profile? So that's what I'm gonna be talking about. What is that one-page plan? During COVID, it's very, very important to have a one-page plan because you aren't surrounded by your family members. They can't come in to support you. And when you have strangers around you, what do they need to know? They need to know that basic health information and then a focused one-page plan. So what that means is we want to focus on this plan. This is your plan. This is nobody else's plan except yours. So you can do with it what you want, but I'm gonna guide you today. So sit back and enjoy. So this I want to talk about. It's very important, just like all of these slides, and I'm sure I'll say it's very important again. But the doctors and the nurses, they are very interested in helping you, and they want to make you more comfortable. But, oh, I'm sorry, let's go back. But the staff are very busy. And so with having a one-page plan that you can just hand them and say, here you go, is very, very important. Because, I mean, they will have your file, hopefully, but they don't really take that long to look. So it's easy to have this one pager. Okay, before developing your plan, you need to ask yourself these 3 questions. Where is the one-page plan going to be used? Where am I going to take it? What do you want people to learn from reading the one-page plan? And then what do you want people to do with the learning? So after they read it, what do you want them to do? How can they support you? But also remember, and this again is very, very important. If no one reads it, if no one uses it, it's just a wasted effort. It's wasted time. And so that's why I'm here today, guys. I know this is an hour and I'm gonna talk within this hour because I don't want to waste your time. I wouldn't like my time to be wasted. So I'm going to read it with you and show you how you can use it so I don't waste your time. So those are the 3 questions you need to ask yourself. Where is it going to be used? What are people going to learn? And then how can they use it? All right, so this is a one-page plan for my me mama, Mary Lou. She moved in with my mom and I in September. She moved from an assisted living, and it has been wonderful ever since because I have gotten to do these fun things with her. And so if Mary Lou becomes positive with COVID and needs treatment, she wants people to know, first of all, what do other people like and admire about her? She is such a compassionate woman. She loves everybody, even if you're not family. She will love you and treat you like family. She is a prayer warrior. I mean, ask her to pray for your finger getting chopped off, or ouch, that's terrible. But she prays for anything. She will pray for doctors, nurses. She also has a wonderful smile, and that's the first thing you see when you meet my me mama is her smile. And also, she wants you to know what's important to her. Contact with family is very important to her. She loves being able to talk on the phone with her family and just be connected that way. Another thing is she loves word find books and crossword puzzles. So that would be something like maybe in the hospital, people could know, hey, let's go get Mary Lou a word find or a crossword puzzle. And she would be happy doing that. If you notice on the important or the how to support you section, I have, this is how you support me, mama. Keep her cell phone near her and charged and help me call my family. So if you notice that over here on important too, it says contact with family. So she loves that, but she needs assistance. She needs help calling her family. She needs help finding the button to push. So that's a way to support her. And then also reassure me about treatment. That's very important. We have a whiteboard that we use to let her know when doctors are coming, nurses and stuff. So that's very important to her. And also having females help with baths and dressing. That's really important for her, is having that connection with a female. So those are ways to support her, and then people to call if you need support. And then we have the passport on the back. So that's going to be directly on the back of your one page. We have her personal information. We have health condition, medication list, allergies, and then the DNR and the advance directive, which we could check off if need be. And then this is, it wouldn't fit on the slide, but this is connected with the previous slide. It's all on the back of that page. So these are your current COVID symptoms, the date it started, and your risk factors. So I didn't check off these, but I'm just showing you that if needed be, you could check off your symptoms, you could check off your risk factors, and then doctors want to know what date it started, how long it lasted. So you can put that on there. All right, here is my friend Spencer. It's his one-page plan. He graduated from the PASS program with me. He is a great friend to have. He has the best sense of humor ever. He makes me laugh every time. He is very creative. He is a great actor. And so I just love talking to him. And so talking with him about this one-page plan and us putting it together over the past few days, it really, I know Spencer a lot better than I thought I did. And that's pretty cool, I think. So some things that are important to Spencer, his family and friends, that's very important to him. You can find him in pictures with them. You can find him anywhere with his family and friends. He loves them. His faith is really important to him. And also a state of mind to be reassured that everything is okay that's happening, to really understand what's happening. That's important to him. Some ways to support him: be kind to him. He loves it when you're kind to him. And I'm sure we all love it when people are kind to us. So that's definitely a way to support Spencer. Keep your promises. That's a big one. And it made me think that, oh, yeah, that's right. Because I've been in the hospital sometimes where nurses don't really keep their promises when they say they're going to be back in 15 minutes. And then you're like, uh-oh, where'd they go? They're not here. So that's important for Spencer. He wants you to keep your promise. And also, help me if I'm struggling with something I do not understand. So Spencer, he is one of my best friends. He's a great guy to be around. He also has intellectual disability. He strives though. He's kind of like me. He won't take no for an answer. He keeps going. But sometimes he gets confused looks on his face, and that usually means repeat your question again. Help me understand what you're talking about. So those are ways to support him, and then of course who to call if you need assistance. Then also here's his passport that will be on the back of his one-page plan. And again, you have the personal information, your health conditions, medication list, allergies, and then also at the bottom, your DNR and stuff. So he would check those off if needed. Then once again, you have the current COVID symptoms, date it started, risk factors. And so he would check these off if needed. Like if his temp is over 100.4, he would put the date it started, because once again, nurses and doctors like to see how long it lasted. And then the risk factors, he might check off intellectual disability, because I know from talking to him, there are some medications that affect his disability. So that would be really important to put there. All right, here is my one-page plan. While I was doing this with both my me mama and Spencer, I found it easy to talk with them about it and dig a little deeper with them about it. But once I started thinking about me and what I would do if I was in that situation, it was really hard. I got emotional. I did not want to do it. It was very, very hard, because I thought about if I was in a hospital bed and doctor said, "What can I do for you?" I would say, well, first of all, get my mom. Second of all, get my mom. Third of all, get my mom now. But with COVID, that can't happen. That wouldn't happen because they aren't allowed there. So it made me really think about it and really dig deep. So if I tested positive for COVID, I would want you to, first of all, know what people liked and admired about me. Know that I have a compassion for others. Know that I have a love for the Lord that is really strong. Know these great things about me. And also know what's important to me. Give me my phone. That is really important to me. Know that having my phone so I can play games, or I can listen to Christian music, or I can just have connection with the outside. That's really important to me, is to have my phone. And also, while I was thinking about this, you know those little pudding cups at the hospital? I love those. Those are my favorite. So that would be another important thing. I would say, just go get me a pudding cup, or they could read on my plan, get Shelby a pudding cup and she'll be okay. So having a pudding cup, FaceTiming my mom, having my phone to play games, and Christian music in the background are all important to me. Okay, how to support Shelby. So this is how I would want to be supported. I have my disease on here. Most people are iffy about putting their disability on the plan, but I think it's very important because it's a part of you. You shouldn't be discouraged. It's you. It's how God made you. It's beautiful. It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. So I put SCAA, spinocerebellar ataxia, affects balance, hand-eye coordination, and my speech. And also, I want you to support me with being patient with me while I process. I have trouble with processing lots of information when it's given to me in big amounts. I'm like, okay, hold on, I need to think about this. So just, if I don't answer you right away, just please be patient with me. Know that I will. And another thing of how to support me is I like to be clean. I like to go to bed cleaned. I like my sheets and pillowcase cleaned. Just make sure I'm cleaned, and then I'll feel comforted and safe. So those are some ways to support me. And then important too, and then I have who to call if you need assistance. Then once again, here's a passport that I would have on the back of my one page. I have my personal information that I filled out. I have my health conditions, my medication list, and my allergies. And so if I was really doing this, I would put what specific medications I take, and then I would fill out the DNR and advance directive and stuff. And also, I would fill this out if I had to, my current COVID symptoms, like if I have a temperature, if I have shortness of breath, if I have a sore throat or a headache. And then I would put what date it started. And maybe even I would put the time it started, because doctors and nurses like to see specifics. So I would even put that in there, the time that those symptoms started. And then also I have the risk factors that I would check off. And for me, I would automatically know I would be checking off intellectual disability and neurological disorder, because due to my cerebellum in my brain, I have had some cells that have atrophied, and I have medication that might mess something up. So that's really important to have that word. I have trouble with that word, but you guys know what I mean. So yeah, that's my passport. All right, how can you make a one-page plan? So let's dive into this. So Cinda said that there will be a link to this blank plan that you will have for personal use. And so I would encourage you to go from the left to right because I think it's important to start off with what people like and admire about you, and then go to what's important to you, and then combine those two together. And who knows, you might end up with ways that you didn't know people can support you. So I encourage you to do that when you're talking through those. And also right here where it says insert photo here, I encourage you to take a picture of yourself and put it there. I know now with COVID, we have to wear those masks, but you only see your eyes. And how can people see your pretty smile if all they can see are your eyes? So I just think having a picture there makes the plan more personal and professional too. So yeah, when you do this, think about the left to right, and then also putting a picture there. All right. What is happening with this little boy? Can somebody, maybe one or two people, unmute themselves and just tell me what you think is going on? He seems angry, confused, or upset. He was told no, looks mad, looks as though something upset him. All right, those are all really good. That's what I would say. And that's what I did say when I first saw this picture. Let's see what's really happening with this boy. He's getting made fun of. He's getting picked on. And so, yes, he might be mad. He might even be sad. He might be hurt. You see how his arms are crossed? That might mean that he feels like he's nothing because he's getting made fun of. So what this picture represents is making assumptions. We don't want people to make assumptions of us. We want them to get to know us. And so that's what this plan is going to be about, is not making an assumption. So we have what people can know about us in different ways to support us. So thank y'all for engaging in this. All right, let's get started. Review the questions. Who knows the answers to all of the questions? Well, you do, because it's your life and it's your plan. No one knows your life better than you know your life. So you would know the answers to the questions. Whose input do you need? Maybe you have a family member or a close friend or a caregiver that can support you in these ways. And you can have their support in writing this plan. Do you need others to assist? So reaching out to people who surround you. Also, who can tell you what you like and admire, and what are those great things about yourself? I like to do this. When I do my people planning together training, we do something called Great Things. And it's a little get up and move activity. And so we start off writing one great thing about ourselves on a piece of paper. And then we get up and walk around the room and we write several great things about other people. And then they write it on our page. And then we come back together and share the great things. And it's just so fun seeing what other people like and admire about you. So when we're talking about this, I want you to think about, what are you good at? What are you proud of? What makes you happy? I know being told I did a good job, that really makes me feel good. Being told I'm a good speaker. What do people praise you for? What do people say your good qualities are? So think about that while we're going through the plan today. And this is what's important to you. So important too is like those fun things that you like to do. Maybe ways you like to feel comforted, what helps you wind down, what helps you relax, what helps you feel better, what helps you feel valued and respected. So like going to church, that could be very important to you. That's important to me. You can have that on there. And then who do you need to stay in contact with? And what's the best way to do that? So my mom is very important to me. So having her with me all the time is really important to me. So think about those. What's important to you? What do you like? And who do you like doing that stuff with? And then what does good support look like? So how can people support you? Describe the best way for staff to communicate with you. So maybe it's by shaking your hand. Maybe it's by giving you a hug if you're into that. I know I love hugs, but right now due to COVID, no one touches anyone. Kind of sad. Or maybe it's a shake of the head or something. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. Because remember, this is your plan. So you write what you want. No one else really tells you what to write. You think of what you want to write. And also describe how people can help you feel less anxious. So maybe you have a favorite blanket. Maybe you have a favorite stuffed animal you like to sleep with. I know some people have that and it brings them lots of comfort. So that would be great to put on ways to support you. Review your notes when you do your plan. Make a first draft and then look at the draft and decide if you like it. So look for the 4, 5, or 6 most important things for people to know for each section. So go through that like and admire, important to, important for, and see if there's anything else that people need to know. Also use simple, plain language. I know that I didn't go to school to be a doctor, so I don't know doctor terminology. So I want my stuff really to the point and plain as day so I can understand it. Also, keep the statements brief. Put your thoughts, but don't put, it doesn't have to be complete sentences. This is not school. This is you doing you and the best you can be while you're doing you. So just make them brief, straight to the point. Also, when it's done, it's a good idea to read it out loud. See if it makes sense to you. Or I know with me, it helps me when I read stuff out loud. I'm like, oh, wait, I should have added that. So if you read it out loud, you never know. You might want to go back and fix something. And then you want to share. Share it with the person of your choice. Remember, this is your plan. You get to decide who looks at your plan. Not everyone has to look at it. You get to decide, those people who look at it. Get feedback and do edits based on those feedbacks. I know when I was doing my plan, I showed my mentor, Jeff Garrison Tate, and we sat down together and he gave me lots of feedback. It wasn't mean feedback, it was good feedback, and I used his feedback. And I thought to myself, yes, this is great feedback. I want to put this in there. And so I did. And also add a photo if possible, but I think it's best to add a picture. Include your passport, so that page on the back of your plan. Also print it out. We want to, I think it's a good idea to maybe laminate it and have doctors or nurses put it on the whiteboard, put it on the door. I also think it's a good idea to have like 15 or 20 copies of your plan, because you never know who's going to be in there. So I would say just have it with you in case someone new comes. So you can print those. Also, make sure it moves with the person. Well, you probably can't make sure, but make sure the doctors know that it needs to move with you. Go to one room to the next, because if someone else is in there, that is not their plan, that's your plan. So make sure it goes with you wherever you go. So this is what I've been talking about today. This is how it needs to look like. When you print it out and you laminate it, you want the front to be your one-page plan. So that's my Me Mama's one-page plan. And then directly on the back of your one-page plan is that passport. And if you can see, it's called a passport for a reason. Because what do passports do? They tell people your information and they tell you what you need. So you have a passport to take with you. So that's why it's called a passport, because this could go anywhere and everywhere with you. So yeah. All right. I would love to thank Miss Cinda for putting this on, and everyone else. And there's Cinda's email if you would want to get my information, to talk to me. She'd be happy to do that. And one more thing before we go, I want to take a minute and be real with you guys, because I'm a real person and I want to be real because you're real, and I want to share some of my experience with you. So as Jeff mentioned in the beginning, anyone and everyone is welcome to this presentation. But I highly encourage people who are like me, who have intellectual disabilities, who struggle every day to fit in, and who get caught up in other people deciding their choices for them. I want every single one of you watching to know that we mean what we say. When we ask for support, we mean that we want your support. We don't want you to lose out on us. We don't want you to forget about us. We need that support. Also, though, the people who support you, I want you to be able to advocate for yourself and tell them, hey, listen, this is my life. This is my plan. This is what I want. And so I'm just asking for your support because I might need help writing some things or figuring things out, but don't tell me what I need to do. Um, I I have been walked all over in my life, and it's been really discouraging. So I just encourage each and every one of you to take this plan and do it. And when I come back Thursday, I want to have the best talk we've ever had. Like today was a pretty good talk, but I mean, I don't want to steal all the thunder because I didn't get to hear from you guys. But Thursday, when I come back, I want you to come with questions. I want you to come with your 1-page plans done. I would love for you to share them with me if you have them. I just love questions, and so yeah, guys, I was real with you today, and I hope that when we come back Thursday all together, you'll be real with me because we're people just like everyone else. We have knowledge and skills that we can use in everyday life.
So Shelbi, thank you so much for an amazing presentation, very detailed. There's lots of comments coming in. Thank you for sharing. There will be a recording available. They should be up next week at UT Disability Studies under COVID resources. They'll be there. They'll also be in the Texas Parent to Parent website. That website is txp2p.org. I'll put that in the chat. We've also dropped a link for a survey. We'd love to get your feedback. We hope that you will join us again on Thursday. Thursday will be a more informal meeting where, like Shelbi said, she wants to answer questions. If you have barriers, if you've had time to create your 1-page profile, we'd love to look and see what you've done. Let's see what else. Anyway, everybody's just saying, wonderful presentation. Great job, Shelbi. So yeah, we hope you'll join us on Wednesday for a follow-up on Randy Consford's presentation from last week. Jeff, do you have anything to add? We just appreciate everybody being here. And Shelbi, we really appreciate your time. You did fantastic.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Jeff, can you unmute? We're having a problem with mute and unmute today, apparently. Try it.
There we go.
There you go.
I'd also like to thank Shelbi for your presentation and your direct message to folks. And again, I don't want to take up any more time. I mean, we are excited about the next upcoming presentations. That's going to be more of an open forum. And as Cinda said, we hope that you come back and bring those questions and share your 1-page descriptions that you may have tried. So thanks again. And you know where the registration is, and look forward to the next one.
All right. Everybody take care. Thank you so much.